Hello, Confetti Club, it is Pixie, and today I want to talk to you. A lot of my content over these years has been really based around consumerism. A lot of hauls, a lot of unboxings, a lot of reviews, and just a lot of things that are based around consumerism and material goods. And the one thing that we're talking today mostly is fast fashion. And I'm really excited and happy to tell you today that I have been fast fashion free for the better part of this whole year, and I intend to continue to live fast fashion free until I die! And what do I mean when I say fast fashion? Fast fashion is a term that you've probably heard of recently popping up, or not recently, it's been a while. My personal definition of fast fashion, just that helps me decide if I'm going to buy something or not, is any clothing where I don't know for a fact where it was made and how ethically it was made, if the workers who were sewing it and producing it were paid a fair and living wage, and just the overall environmental and human impact of the clothing industry production process. So that means no dolls kill, no lazy oaf, not a whole lot of J fashion. And if you've been following me, you might know that I almost exclusively was wearing Dolls Kill brands like Sugar Thrills, Current Mood, Why Are You, Lazy Oaf, and I have completely sworn off of all those brands and I haven't bought from them in... When was my last Dolls Kill order? I literally can't remember. It's been a while. Long enough that I feel comfortable finally sitting down and talking to you guys about this giant, in my opinion, elephant in the room that's been hanging around for these years. Like, I get comments. I read comments. And it's impossible, unless you totally just don't look at the comments at all, it is impossible to kind of be on this platform and be making haul videos and that sort of thing and not have people start to educate you and bring up, hey, this is fast fashion. This is unethical. This was probably made in a sweatshop. Why are you promoting this machine? And the thing that really finally flipped my brain switch for me was a combination of being in college. My BPD diagnosis definitely helped me put a lot of things in order in my brain. And also, of course, social media over the years. It has always been in my brain. And I guess just as a kid growing up, and youth is not an excuse, but I'm 21 now and I'm glad that I have heard you guys. I have heard the statistics. I have been educated in college. I've mentioned before, in my final semester of the first year of my art school, we do a course called Art for Social Change. And man, it socially changed me, because that course was when I really decided, like, I quit. It's done. Sweatshop free. Bye. I also have written some notes because that's what I do when I have like a big welling thing that's been growing in my heart for a year and I need to vomit it into a camera. I try to do it with some sense. So if I'm looking down, weeding, I wrote, it was a combination of college, social media, and just growing as a person over this year that led to me finally cutting the cord. I do not want to promote the active abuse of workers and abolishment of our planet on my channel, nor am I able to go into the fashion industry with the knowledge that I may be contributing or even turning a blind eye to the fast fashion machine. I wish I could just talk like that. And I have been making a gradual shift. Like, it was hard because in 2017, I got into this cycle where for some reason I thought that just hauls was the only meaningful, good content I could make because they did really well on my channel. And that's the sad truth, is that my Dolls Kill hauls, big fast fashion hauls, big lookbooks and stuff like that, they did really well. And so I got into this cycle in, I think it was 2017. And I remember because I got some comments saying like, man, like, look at her uploads, how many are hauls? And that comment has always stuck with me. And at the time I was so defensive. I was like, I'm just a YouTuber. This is what YouTubers do. Like, how do you expect me to make a living? Like, shut up, child. Because you don't need, like, you can make thrift hauls. You can do ethical, sustainable clothing hauls. There are ways to still make fashion content without literally, like, just ordering hauls of shit from places. No. But I also want to say, in my experience, it was definitely a process. I don't think it's realistic to say, okay, I know that it's bad now, no more fast fashion, no more sweatshop made clothes, no more unethical labor at all. Because if you try to do that to yourself, you're gonna get really overwhelmed and really intimidated, and you're gonna say, oh my god, this is impossible, I give up. And I know people in my life that have said like, you know, I tried that, but it was just so hard and I just couldn't do it. I just gave up. Everyone is in a different place, geographically, financially, everythingly, and not everyone has the same access to ethically made or ethically sourced clothing, thrift stores abundantly. And there is also the fact that when you pay your workers and seamstresses and people a living wage, of course, the clothing is going to cost more, because it doesn't make sense to be able to buy a tank top for $10 or shorts for $6 at H&M or Forever 21. No. That can't be the norm. That cannot be the norm. And it's become the norm. People will come to independent designers and people that make their own clothes and scoff and literally be shocked and insulted by the prices that you charge for clothes that are made when the person making them is getting paid for their work. Anyway, the last piece of unethically made or fast fashion clothing that I knowingly bought with my own money was an American Eagle Keith Haring XL t-shirt that I got in the summer. And I remember feeling so gross about it, and I still feel gross about it, and that in my brain was the last thing that I bought. Bought it at the mall. Last mall t-shirt. Goodbye. Love you, Keith Haring. Don't love you, American Eagle. But even before that, over the year, you might have noticed my Japan haul was much less like WC and We Go heavy, because we don't know right now how they make their clothes. There's not enough information. Sometimes you know it's a smaller brand and you know it's not like fast fashion, because fast fashion is when they're spinning out new cycles of clothing so fast, and that's why it's bad. And I felt that way about Lazy Oaf for a while. I was trying to justify Lazy Oaf as an ethical, sustainable brand, and they are still, I feel like there's a spectrum, and there's a harsh line, like, where it's, like, good or not, but then there's also, like, okay, like, not good enough, and, like, really bad, and, like, literally killing people, and then, like, planting trees, and then, like, you know, paying our workers, and then, like, Lazy Oaf for me is, like, they've said some things about their efforts, but it's not transparent enough for me to know with confidence where I'm putting my money. So that sucks, because I like their designs, but like Dolls Kill, I don't have any faith in at all. Like, no, sorry. I'll probably make a video about the fall of the doll. That's not what I'll call it. Do you guys want a video about why Dolls Kill is bad? I can make that now, because I'm making this video. Ooh! That one's probably the most brutal, because they also were sending me PR for a good couple of hot minutes. And even after, and I needed to be like, hi, please stop sending me things, like, I'm not going to promote them. And a lot of the clothing that I own now is Dolls Kill and Lazy Oaf. And another point that I want to get to is that I am still a human that needs to cover her body. I am still a naked baby, so I am still wearing the clothing that I have, but actually something really exciting and fun that I have done is I've divided my closet by this bar here. So this is my like ethical, or I know where I got it, I know how it was made and obtained section, and then this is my pre-fast fashion free life you know, what's going on section. So I like to see kind of the ratio and as it grows, and that helps. That kind of makes it more of a fun game and a fun goal to grow my happy, wholesome, ethical, good for the planet, good for the people wardrobe. And this part I'm slowly selling. Some things I'm keeping, some things I'm selling, but at the moment, that's the situation. So if you see me wearing Doll's Kill and Lazy Oaf and stuff, I am trying to make an effort to wear more things that aren't, because I recognize as an influencer, the things I wear can influence. I don't know, do we hate the word influencer? I don't know! I recognize that I prefer to promote and rep sustainable brands. That's why in my Hooked on the Look, I was wearing like almost all Friends and sweet little small designers. This whole idea, this whole concept of quitting fast fashion and cutting that cord was really intimidating at first, which is probably why it took me so long. And I think that's why keeping it secret and keeping it to myself really helped me feel kind of like safe, because I was really, and I still am, riddled with this fear that if I make one slip up or if someone sees one thing that they'll just like, they will flame me and set me on fire because I'm supposed to be the eco-friendly girl. And that's why I spent this whole year, it is December 17th, I spent this whole year making sure I was walking the walk, because I could not live with myself if I was sitting here preaching like something that I'm not, no, And now that I feel like I'm like on the other side, and I really just, I don't, like, I have horse blinders when I'm walking through retail stores with my friends. I have no desire, I have no urge, because I just literally, my first response when I see a new drop is like, ooh. And now that I'm more in that position, it is so worth it, because when you start, it really feels like, oh God, you really mean I can never go to Walmart and pick up socks again? Oh God, what if my leggings rip? What if this happens? And that happened to me once too earlier in the year. I was going to a dance class. I didn't have any leggings. I ended up buying some fast fashion leggings from a local store. Felt gross about it. That was in like March or something. But then you find out about awesome ethical labels like girlfriend leggings, which I haven't ordered from yet, but I really, really want to. And also secondhand clothing rocks. That is definitely probably the easiest and most accessible way to source your clothing in a way that isn't feeding the pockets of people that are using sweatshops. And with secondhand clothing too, if there happens to be like like if Lazy Oaf does a collab with Pretty Cure and it's glittery and there's cats on it, I can watch Depop. Or, you know, like the Ojimajo Doremi WC collab was another early cave of mine this year that I now know that, like, you can just wait around. Same with my Magical Girl stuff. Mandarake! Can I get a yeah? Same with my entire Magical Girl and anime collecting part of my life. I realize you can just get it secondhand at Mandarake. Mandarake and Akihabara and Nakano Broadway, they're like my favorite places anyway. It's more fun, it's cheaper, and then you get it secondhand, and like sometimes I still buy it firsthand. I don't know, I need to tackle the anime beast next. We also have a good number of J-Fashy or like alternative fashion pals around my area, and I have gotten quite a number of my clothing items by like trading other goods or being like, I'll give you my purple bear bag for your socially awkward shirt, you know. So that's another great reusey, secondhand, friendly way to get new clothes and freshen up your wardrobe. This honestly feels good because I have been imagining this video in my head all year, but I also was like insecure and I felt like I didn't deserve like I don't know, I didn't want to preach and wear the badge of being an eco person when I felt like I was still learning so much and still getting used to it, and it had only been a couple months, and I wanted to make sure I was fully committed 100% in it. And I'm so happy to say right now that I quit fast fashion this year, and I ain't never going back. I am still absolutely learning about this whole thing, so I don't have all of the facts and stats and beautiful details here for you in an immaculate way, but the people that I learned from that really helped me along and made me realize that this is not an unattainable nirvana that only exists on Instagram. You really can ditch fast fashion and live just a happier wardrobe life. And these are some of the creators and sites and brands that really help me along and that I recommend you go check out. YouTuber is Annika Victoria, who does amazing fashion, super sustainable fashion and thrifting videos. Shell Bizzle, who I absolutely adore. She does a lot of sustainability content. I probably have learned most of my stuff from her when it comes to just general eco-friendliness. With Wendy, who does a lot of great sustainable fashion content as well, and the Sorry Girls, who also do some of that. They're also Canadian. Sites that have really helped me out are Good On You. This site is fantastic. You can rate and see the ratings of different brands. You can look up any, like, not any, but a lot of brands and companies and see where they're rated, and they have a, like, happy to sad-o-meter. So remember when I was saying it was like a spectrum? They get that. So there's like, okay, sort of okay, not good enough, and then we avoid. So Good On You has been really helpful for me looking up and even finding new brands, because you can also search in the like approved section and you can filter it through like outerwear and like basics and like shoes and like coats and like very helpful. Good on you. I also want to give a major shout out to Cora Maria's blog. This queen has so many resources and so much information on sustainability and fast fashion, free fashion, eco-friendly sustainable fashion. There's too many words. This blog and also the sites that she manages, she has an Instagram and a Facebook group and like a Facebook page. Cora is the main person I have seen doing like sustainable and ethical activism in the kawaii sphere, so I want to give a major shout out to you. You inspire me a lot. The main way how I found a lot of my new ethical brands that I'm keeping my eyes peeled, my wish list brain open for, are as follows. Big Bud Press, Mokuyobi Threads, Shop Fluffy, Chris's Sparkles, Color Coded Clothing, Dupes Designs, and Lyrica Matoshi. Lyrica Matoshi is more like super fancy, like not exactly on the rack prices, but so cool, such cool designs. So yeah, I can talk about this now, and that's nice. That's exciting because it has been a huge part of my life. People in my real life know I never, ever probably shut up about it. So I'm really glad to be able to talk about it on YouTube and move forward doing more thrift hauls, and hopefully I really want to do a Big Bud Press haul. I quit fast fashion this year and I cannot wait to go through college, graduate from college, and start my own ethical, sustainable, rainbow, powerful brand. This video's Future Confetti Club member is Yasu Cherry on Instagram, who did a doll repaint of me. I love this so much. The little, are those knitted or crocheted? Oh, the little peep, it's Jennifer! I'm obsessed. I can't believe you made a teeny tiny little rainbow sweater and a teeny tiny little beret and a teeny tiny little peep. I'm losing it. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'm obsessed. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you in the next video, which is not this one because this one is over. Bye!